Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're here for honest conversations that help you grow, reflect, and rise, then you're in the right place. Before we dive in, if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this message today. It really helps spread awareness and keeps these talks coming. So, today's topic is something I think every single one of us should reflect on deeply. What is the difference between loving yourself and being a narcissist? Because let's be real, this line has gotten so blurred in today's world that some people don't even know when they've crossed it, and others are scared to even start loving themselves out of fear of being labeled arrogant or self-obsessed. Let's get straight into it. Loving yourself is internal. Narcissism is performative. When you love yourself, it's not loud, it's not dramatic, you're not showing it off. You just know your worth. You accept your flaws. You nurture yourself. You don't need validation from everyone because you've already validated yourself. It's an inner experience, but narcissism is theatrical. It's about how you appear, not how you are. Narcissists constantly need to perform, online, in public, in relationships. They need applause. They need admiration. They don't just want to be good. They want to be seen as better than others. That's a big difference. And let me say this quickly. If you're resonating with what I'm saying, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And feel free to comment your thoughts as we go along. Self-love brings humility. Narcissism breeds entitlement. A lot of people think that loving yourself makes you proud or arrogant. No, it doesn't. When you truly love yourself, you also understand your place in the bigger picture. You understand you're not above others, you're equal to them. You respect yourself and you respect others. But narcissism has no room for equality. A narcissist believes they're special, uniquely more intelligent, more beautiful, more deserving. So they feel entitled to special treatment. They get angry when people don't praise them. They feel offended when someone else shines. Their confidence is a performance. It's not rooted in reality. Self-love involves accountability. Narcissism avoids it. If I love myself, I hold myself accountable. I reflect on my actions. I apologize when I've hurt someone. I try to grow. I'm not scared of feedback because it helps me become better. But a narcissist? No, they never think they're wrong. They blame others. They project. They gaslight. To them, being wrong feels like death, because their entire identity is built on being superior. That's how you can easily spot the difference. Can the person reflect and say, yes, I messed up? If they can, that's growth. That's self-love. If they can't, they're living in ego. If you're getting value from this, don't forget to share this video with someone who might need it. You never know who it might help today. Self-love sets boundaries. Narcissism violates them. Another difference, when you love yourself, you're not afraid to say no. You protect your energy, you protect your time, you teach others how to treat you. But here's the catch, you also respect other people's boundaries. Narcissists do the opposite. They hate being told no. They push, manipulate, guilt trip. Why? Because they believe the world revolves around them. Your limits don't matter to them, only their desires do. So the next time someone calls you selfish for setting a boundary, ask yourself, are you protecting your peace or are you demanding control? That answer will tell you everything. Self-love is steady. Narcissism is fragile. If someone truly loves themselves, they don't crumble the moment someone dislikes them. They don't beg for attention. They don't need to be the center of every conversation. Their confidence is quiet and consistent. Narcissists, on the other hand, are extremely fragile inside. One criticism, they break. One rejection, they rage. Why? Because deep down, they don't really love themselves. They only love the image they've built. So again, ask yourself, am I confident when nobody's watching? Can I still respect myself when someone doesn't admire me? That's the test. And while you're at it, please subscribe if you haven't already. Let's keep building a conscious community together. Self-love is rooted in self-awareness. Narcissism is rooted in self-obsession. Let's talk about this subtle one. When you love yourself, you're constantly aware of who you are. You understand your triggers, your patterns, your traumas. You heal, you learn, you grow. But narcissism is not about understanding, it's about obsession. It's a loop of me without depth. Narcissists don't want to understand themselves, they just want others to admire the version of themselves they've constructed. Self-love is about accepting yourself as human. Narcissism is about denying your humanity so you can appear as a god. Self-love encourages others. Narcissism competes. This is one of the most visible signs. When you love yourself, you can celebrate others. You want everyone to win. You lift people up. Why? Because you're not threatened. You believe in abundance, but a narcissist cannot tolerate someone else doing well. If you succeed, they either dismiss it or secretly hate you for it. They operate from a scarcity mindset. Your light dims theirs in their eyes. So if you find someone constantly comparing, competing, copying, ask yourself, is this love of self or fear of not being the best? If this is resonating with you, pause for a second and just hit that like button. I appreciate the support, it really means a lot. Self-love comes from healing. Narcissism comes from wounding. Most people forget this. Narcissism isn't confidence, it's a trauma response. Many narcissists have deep wounds, neglect, rejection, abandonment. They built a false self to survive. But here's the difference. Self-loving people faced their pain. They healed. They looked in the mirror. They didn't run from their past. They made peace with it. So when you see someone puffing up their ego, constantly seeking attention, it's not power. It's pain dressed up in pride. Remember that. Self-love is quiet. Narcissism is loud. You don't have to announce to the world that you love yourself. You live it. You treat yourself kindly. You make good choices. You stay away from toxicity. That's real love. But narcissism is noisy. It needs a stage. It needs followers. It needs claps. It needs control. If nobody's watching, it feels empty. So ask yourself, am I at peace when nobody's watching? That's where the truth lies. If this talk has helped you even a little, go ahead and share this video with someone who's navigating these dynamics. It might just give them clarity. Final thoughts. Loving yourself doesn't mean you think you're perfect. It means you accept that you're not, and you still choose to treat yourself with care, grace, and dignity. It means you take care of your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. You respect yourself enough to walk away from abuse. You forgive yourself for your mistakes. You set healthy limits. And most importantly, you know your value doesn't rise or fall based on someone else's opinion. That's what loving yourself means. Narcissism, on the other hand, is not love, it's performance. It's survival. It's insecurity in disguise. It demands more than it gives. It controls more than it supports. And it breaks people, including the one who carries it. So don't let people confuse the two. If you're on a path of healing, of learning to love yourself without guilt or shame, then I'm proud of you. Keep going. And if you've ever been accused of being too into yourself while you were just setting healthy boundaries and growing, take a breath and let it go. You know the truth. And if you're still healing from narcissistic abuse, or recognizing traits in yourself that you're ready to change, don't panic. You're not a bad person, you're just waking up. Healing is a beautiful thing. It brings clarity, it brings softness, it brings real power. So take care of yourself, you're worth it. And remember, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button if this talk made sense to you. Share it with someone navigating their own self-love journey or trying to break free from narcissistic cycles. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep loving yourself. Genuinely, quietly, consistently. Peace.